You get dropped into this story. Some things happen. It's fun to watch, and then things stop happening.
That's like when I drive my car. I get into it. I start driving.
And then
I'm
stop.
driving, and then I stop driving. That's
My point is, my point is,
we watched a movie yesterday.
You're just along for the ride.
Welcome back, David, to the big room.
David.
And Forrest, he listens sometimes.
And Maggie.
Forrest has listened to 100% of Big Room episodes that were about comic book movies.
Okay.
Which is one.
That's one.
Thanks, dude.
Good
Thanks,
track.
Forrest.
Maybe Elijah.
Elijah. Yeah, who cares? Who cares about any of these people?
I care about.
No, I care about Elijah. I don't care about.
He can't see me, but I'm looking directly at him.
I don't care about listing every single person that we know that listens to this stupid show.
We can do it.
David listens to every single one. So we watched The Big Lebowski, which is a movie, and in honor of that, we've made this terrible drink.
I've never had this.
Have you sipped it yet?
No.
Have you sipped it?
No.
It tastes like nail polish remover and cream. Cheers, Carl, to your how many drink today?
Oh, I don't know. Who's counting?
Who's counting? All right.
Okay.
4 or 5.
Hey, do the solo shot for your face because your reaction is move your microphone out of the way. Everybody needs to see your face when you try a new drink. All right, cheers.
Cheers.
I like it.
Tastes like vodka, doesn't it?
It gets worse. It gets worse.
I think Carl and I were talking before the show while you were in the other room. It needs more Kahlua. I don't think a 2 ounce, 1 ounce is the move. I think a 2.
I don't taste any coffee. It's just milky vodka. Blech.
Yeah, it sucks. All right. So,
Well, I mean, the dude sucks.
It's not terrible.
So
Oh no!
it makes sense that he would like this
hey,
terrible drink.
Carl, what the hell is this movie?
Oh no! Me and Nick were literally talking about like it's gonna be us versus you on this one.
Yep.
Like us two
Stop
versus you two.
drinking
And I was not. I was on the fence because I was like, this kind of gives me Pulp Fiction vibes.
I thought the same thing.
There's a
Guys.
couple.
terrible Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, yes. There's a couple shots
God,
or
this is gonna be
moments.
all of you guys against me.
There's a couple shots or moments where I'm like, all right. Especially the shot where they're doing a bunch of foot stuff.
Yeah.
When the wife is
Tarantino,
painting her toenails and it's like, blah,
Yeah.
blah, my
Yeah.
God. I'm like, what in the Tarantino did he?
Yeah, he must have been an associate producer or something.
Right. Did some of this Tarantino-ness blow off? Like, was Steve Buscemi like a carrier for foot fetish over to the Coen brothers for this movie? From Pulp Fiction to this.
What was he in that?
He was in Pulp Fiction. He was the Buddy Holly waiter in the diner,
Oh, that's right.
And he's
So
one of the
quick.
guys in Reservoir Dogs.
which I haven't seen.
He's a larger role. It's a good one too.
Um.
Although you might not trust my recommendations after this movie.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know if I understand the Coen brothers. I don't know if I get it. I liked Llewyn Davis. I liked Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? But this movie feels like it feels. It doesn't. I don't know even how to articulate how I feel. It's like when the Coen brothers sit down to write a script. They're like, all right, we've got our pens, we've got our paper, we've got 72 ounces of marijuana. It's time to write a movie. Like that's what it feels
How
like.
many cats?
And this one felt like for the first 2 acts, I'm like, this just feels like a collection of scenes. Doesn't feel like a movie.
You really are just
it
dropped
does
in
feel like that.
to some things that are happening.
Now I like Jeff Bridges. I felt like the John Goodman character took a minute.
Yep.
I'm like, this feels weird for John Goodman. Maybe because I'm used to wholesome 90s dad John Goodman and not over the line John Goodman.
Oh, such a good actor.
Jewish John
Did
Goodman.
it give you any kind of noir vibes?
No.
Because I've heard it described as very noir and like a neo noir, or it's also like a
Noir.
slacker / stoner noir. It follows like the same.
Now, when you
Okay,
say
I'll
a
give-
slacker or stoner noir, sure.
I'll give
It's
you
like, what
that.
if a noir was a mess?
Yeah. Well, like what this movie does is it like subverts the regular tropes. Like the guy doesn't want to be involved. The story goes to him. He doesn't go through the story.
I did say, and I feel like I use this terminology A, too often, and B, probably incorrectly, but it's interesting that our main character is the straight man in the film.
Yeah.
The dude is the most normal individual in the entire movie. and he's just trying to
Donnie
hang out.
might
He's just
be,
trying to
but
chill.
he doesn't get a word in hardly.
Donnie isn't really like he's just kind of there.
Donnie's a punching
Mostly
bag.
out of his
Yeah.
I
element.
don't understand Don. I don't understand Donnie, and I don't understand Jesus.
I wrote down poor Donnie dude spends a whole movie
Hear that
getting
on all
told
levels.
Donnie spends a whole movie getting told to shut up and then has a heart attack and dies. That's that. How do you why spend the money on Steve Buscemi for that role? Is what I don't understand. Could have just been any guy.
My first note.
Stop drinking it.
No,
My,
I'm gonna drink the whole thing.
I don't believe
chug
you.
it.
You never drink all of anything.
I drank all of my French 75 last night. Thank you very much.
Took you 2 hours.
That's fine.
I made a French 75 with flat champagne.
It was
It was bad.
a choice.
Everybody had to like swallow and cough at the same time.
Yeah.
This is great podcasting.
great for the audio listeners, especially.
You, Danielle, you in
Me?
Act 3,
Yes.
when the dude figures it out, you were like, all right.
Yes. Yeah, once he figured out the what was happening, I was just kind of like, okay, something's happening. I kind of care now because I didn't care. The whole, like, the first, like, intro, I was just like, I couldn't care less about anything that's happening here.
No.
I'm bored.
I thought it was.
I
I
wanted to
this
go
is-
pull up a
is-
chair.
Introduction.
This is
Do
what?
Do what?
Even with the Sam Elliott introduction,
No. I
where
love
it's like
the Sam
sometimes
Elliott.
there's a
Don't
man. That as
Not
soon
a
as that
hero.
happened, they show that guy in the you see the dude like picking up his cream. He's literally getting the ingredient
For a White
his
Russian.
drink, and like pays. He like post dates a check to like 69 cents, which is also hilarious.
Yeah.
like 69.
I said nice.
Like all of that, I'm like, oh my god. And like as soon as he goes into his house and like you get the guy tackling him, I'm like, this is very Tarantino's Pulp Fiction introduction, where it's kind of like, all right, here we go with it's all set, you know.
Or Goodfellas with the car at the
yeah.
beginning.
Or Kill
Yeah,
Bill with the like random
It
people
had those
showing
same
up.
kind of beats, yeah. But as soon as that happens, I'm hooked.
Beats
Now-
when
I
they
don't
were
know,
sad and beige.
I feel like the movie for
and
me.
he was wearing mandals.
I didn't like it until it ended, and then I looked back on it, and I was like, all right, that was. Oh, I don't know if I'd watch it again, but it was kind of like, I mean, similar to Top Gun, how like I liked that movie, but it sucks. Although I think Top Gun's a worse movie than this.
Wow.
Yeah.
'Cause
Let me float this by
this is
you.
a more
Oh,
this is a this is a more creative movie. Top Gun's just a bunch of bullshit and dudes staring at each other, but they won't-
Danger
they-
Zone.
They won't kiss and a lot of penny logging. Top Gun sucks. If you like Top Gun, stupid movie. I think it's fine to like Top Gun, but if you hold Top Gun on the plinth and you're like, this movie's awesome, it's because you saw it when you were 12 and now you're a grown man and you should like better films because that movie is stupid.
I learned a fun fact about Top Gun
I don't give
today.
a shit.
Oh,
No, I'm
okay.
just kidding. Go ahead.
Oh, so you remember how we were talking about like the sexy scenes and how they were just
Yeah, how
much?
it was just
The
dudes.
volleyball
So
scene.
they added those later because they were like, this movie's not sexy
This movie's
enough.
too gay.
It's too
No,
much.
it wasn't gay enough.
Yeah.
But the lady had already dyed her hair for another movie, so that's why
That's why she's in a
it's
hat?
all in silhouette.
Oh, okay.
Because she had already.
That's why she has a hat in the elevator.
That is
Yeah.
why she has a hat in the elevator scene. This is not a Top Gun
This
episode.
is about the Big Lebowski.
This is about the big.
Who
Which, funny enough,
cares? No
the
one
name of the
cares.
movie isn't named after the main character. It's
Wow.
after the other
Yeah.
But how do we know?
the other guy because
How
he's
do-
the Big Lebowski.
Yeah, because in Act
Yeah.
3 he refers to him as the Big
Oh.
Lebowski.
Oh yeah.
If it was
yeah,
named
yeah,
after
yeah.
the
I
big
And
guy,
remember
it'd be
also-
called the Dude.
He does.
I was paying
right. He does
attention.
explicitly say that his name is not Lebowski; it's the Dude or variations thereof.
But his last name is
Duder,
Lebowski.
Duderino.
Duder.
Yeah.
Jeffrey,
Duder.
right? Jeffrey Lebowski.
Yeah,
That's his name.
Yeah, I think
Jeffrey
so.
Lebowski.
And his name is Jeff.
I was immediately into this movie.
Ugh.
Like I just wanted.
Thank you.
Took me.
I
a
wanted to
long
go-
time.
Down here.
I wanted to go to the bowling alley, pull up a chair,
Yes,
sit down,
I was like,
just
bowling.
listen to all the banter. This ridiculous, super chill character. I love it.
Shut up, Donnie! You're in over your head.
The dialogue is like top tier. It's like I think better than Pulp Fiction Tarantino. Like it's just so good.
The
All
dialogue
characters
is
are
just
so
fuck this,
fantastic.
fuck that, fuck this, fuck
No,
that.
Hey,
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
Top tier
There's a lot of that,
dialogue.
but there's like a lot of echoing and like kind of in the very beginning you see the speech where he's like this whatever will not stand, and like then he uses that same phrase when he's talking to the Big Lebowski, and
Yep.
then like there's a lot of like somebody says hey,
That's
use
true.
the parlance of our times, and then he kind of adopts that in the next thing. Just he's like the sponge moving through the movie.
And
there's
even-
lots of really nuanced things like that in this movie that are just
Even
so
at the stop
good.
drinking it. Even at the very
Drink it all.
beginning. Even at the very beginning when the dudes he walks into his apartment that apparently is never locked and is the least secure place to live of all time. And the villains like throw him into the toilet and explode his cream everywhere. And they ask him where the money is, and he's like, "Hang on, let me get another good look or whatever." And they chuck it
It's down there somewhere.
Yeah. I loved the interactions with those guys. Like they piss on his rug, and he's like, "At least I'm housebroken." Like there's a bunch of like
really tied the room together.
That's where the dialogue is like, or at least the script dialogue is interesting to me. Now I think I don't know if it's better. I don't know if any part of this movie is better than Pulp Fiction. Like,
no,
at all.
I just really enjoyed. I watched this so many times in the last like 3 days, and I enjoyed it so much. I don't know how you can do that.
Now, I would do that. The Coen Brothers movie of the three, and to be fair, I remember less than probably 25% of it. Of the 3 Coen Brothers movies that I've seen, my favorite one is still "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?" which I think it has some of that Coen Brothers weird spin on drama. Nice. Burping into the microphone. But "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?" is, I believe, a PG-13 movie for one. And for 2 is funnier. Like consistently. It is a more humorous movie. Like when he yells at the group like these fellas desecrated a burning cross. Like that's hilarious. It's great. It's that movie's really funny, and I think you should give that movie a try because it's a more enjoyable on the surface Coen Brothers film.
I don't know. I'm 0 for 2.
Yeah, I haven't seen
Now,
that
I
one.
liked Llewyn Davis.
Yeah, I didn't.
I liked
This
Llewyn
is
Davis.
Llewyn Davis with in California, basically.
This is Llewyn Davis if it was Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
If Llewyn Davis was Grand Theft Auto 5, it would be
it's
the Big Lebowski.
way less sad than Llewyn Davis.
Well,
Yeah.
the Coen Brothers
Well, that's
are
just
known.
'cause
It's more angry.
The
Maybe.
Coen Brothers are known for genre hopping. It's one of the things. Like they don't do the same kind of movie all the time. They'll be like, "What if we wrote a drama and then it's Llewyn Davis?" Or "What if we, So
They might be my favorite directors. Like, just the range they have is crazy.
I feel like they're one of those directors that if you're into that style, then nothing else will do. I don't have a director that's like that. I just don't, and I haven't seen enough movies. For me, the style that I like is stuff that was filmed in the 1960s. Like we watched 2 old Bond films this week or this past week, and they're some of the most fun I've had watching a movie in forever. I had seen one of them before. I made you watch Goldfinger, which is considered one of, if not the greatest Bond film.
It was good.
And it is unbelievably good. And then we watched Dr. No, which is the first Bond film from, I think, 63. Like, they're really early 60s movies, and they're incredible. And I like the old style of everything's kind of corny, and the gadgets are hilarious. And
it had style. Like, nobody takes the time to,
The accents.
change outfits and to be stylish
and
anymore.
Sean Connery
Like,
just pours it on thick. Like, he's awesome, and he's sexy, and he's cool.
the hottest James Bond.
He is.
I did
And it's so much different than, like, Daniel Craig, who's just grumpy and has no facial expression and gets the shit kicked out of him all the time, and his gadgets are too cool. And then Sean Connery just comes up and is like, this dude is a badass, like, womanizer with, like, a Persian rug on his chest, and he's just the best. He's a
Hope no one
hairy
pisses on it.
A lot of rug
Speaking of
pissing.
rugs,
Yeah. I wrote down I knew better than to think this would be a bowling movie, but I still thought it would be a bowling movie. I
Same.
also went into it just probably because of Oh Brother Where Art Thou? I thought this would be a comedy. I don't know why.
It was a bit of a comedy.
It's funny. Now, I had 3 parts of this movie. There were 3 scenes that had me scream laughing on my couch. Would you like to know what they were?
Of course.
yes.
Okay. The first one was when the dude gets his car stolen and the police find it, right? But they don't have the briefcase that both did. It's Schrodinger's briefcase. It both did and didn't have money in it, depending on what part of the plot we're in. But at this point, we think there's $1 million in the briefcase. And so he goes to the kid's house because he finds the kid's homework in the seat. And he goes to the kid's house. And he walks in, and the freaking dad is in an iron lung, and I lost my shit laughing because it's so funny to me to see a dude in an iron lung. I was scream laughing for some reason. I thought that was really funny.
He's like, and a good day to you, sir.
Awesome, so funny.
So
I
good.
love that scene. It reminded me of, speaking of Pulp Fiction, the scene with Christopher Walken when he's telling, that's what that reminded me of for some reason. Probably because they were just both in houses. The second one is when the dude is at the kidnapper, whatever that dude's fancy house is in South Beach or whatever.
Jackie Treehorn?
Yeah, he's at Jackie Treehorn's place, and Jackie Treehorn makes him a white Russian and drugs him. And then the dude has a lucid, like, hallucinogenic dream. At which point Saddam Hussein hands him bowling shoes. I lost I think I had to pause the movie. I was laughing
you did.
so hard at Saddam Hussein hitting him because it's pre 9/11. This movie came out in 1998. So we're just mad.
Did you?
Yeah, we're mad at Saddam for the Gulf War at this point. It was awesome. Did we what? Did I what?
The chick that he's dated in the very beginning is September 11th.
Whoa.
Oh.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing.
Isn't that crazy?
September 11th, 69 cents.
Yeah.
The last thing.
Nice.
The last thing that also caught Danielle off guard. Stop drinking it.
No.
Was when poor Donnie dies of a heart attack, and then they want to charge him a bunch for an urn, and then they get a Folgers coffee can. And John Goodman gives another freaking speech about Vietnam on the cliffside. It's like he holds a sermon.
Yeah.
And then he's got his ashes in a bucket, and he takes the lid off the coffee can, throws the ashes like this, and they all blow backwards onto the dude who just stands there like
unamused.
that. Her and I both.
That did get me.
I love this movie so much.
Crying, laughing at that. I'm like, man. And for me, I think the reason that I am a little down on the movie is, because the mystery part of the film, it was impossible to figure out on your own, and it didn't come across as a mystery to me until basically the dude figured it out. You know, because you just have the ramblings.
Yeah, it didn't feel like
you have the
mystery.
ramblings of John Goodman being like, she didn't kidnap, she kidnapped herself.
Yeah.
And then it's like you just don't know who to really believe, but it didn't give me that Knives Out, Nancy Drew, Hardy Boys kind of I'm trying to figure this movie out. It just gave me like a what the hell is happening kind of thing. And I didn't enjoy
I think
that.
you're not supposed to. It's not supposed to. I think the story is kind of just background noise for the characters. It's not like, at least I think the co-director just said something like that.
When you're going to do that, why have a mystery?
Because I think that's the genre. I think that's like the noir genre is like the guy kind of, there's some background thing happening and it's like not what it seems. And I think that's just the trope.
Maybe. And I haven't seen
And they're trying to like subvert it a little bit.
I haven't seen enough noir
know.
films. We've got one in the bucket still, I think.
This reminded me a lot of Roadhouse too. And not just because Sam Elliott and because you're looking at like a group, like we have the bartenders that have this underground, like there's like a reverence for the bar, not bartenders. What were they were?
The bouncers?
Bouncers. There was like a reverence for that like industry in the same way that they had for like the bowling, where it's this kind of like blue collar thing, and it's kind of niche. And you also have Sam Elliott and Wesley who played what's his name in this one, Jackie Treehorn, same guy.
Okay.
Playing like the exact
That's
same
why he
character,
looked
too.
familiar.
Okay.
Yeah.
I liked Sam Elliott in this movie just because I was confused as to why he was there.
Yeah.
And Sam Elliott just has such an air of, I'm here because I'm supposed to be. And I just really like that.
He's just a force of nature.
Yeah, like the fact that
He doesn't even get a name.
And he's still calling root beer sarsaparilla. I think that's endearing.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
I meant to Google that.
Sarsaparilla.
It makes me think of Fallout.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
it does.
Y'all
I wish
have
I
any
was
good
drinking-
sarsaparilla? And he's like drinking IBC root beer. It's
I
hilarious.
wish I was drinking root beer instead of this.
Stop drinking it.
No. Should I?
I've just been calling him the narrator.
He has a name. I don't know why. And I don't know. I couldn't believe it took so long for the cardigan to show up in the movie. I was expecting the dude wearing the cardigan, that is. I was expecting that to be like minute one attire because it's so famous. And I can't really work out why it's so famous because he wears it for like 12 minutes.
I feel like he was in it for like longer than
Maybe it was all of Act 3, but still.
other things.
He goes through a few outfits.
Yeah, all of them with a dirty Hanes V-neck.
And jelly shoes.
Jelly
Yeah,
shoes.
I was
We're
really
talking about the jelly
bothered.
shoes.
I was really bothered by the jelly shoes. I don't know why. I mean, I know why because they're sweaty and uncomfortable. And he's a grown man.
I've only seen or know about jelly shoes because my sister had some when she was like 4.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
what are jelly shoes?
Children wear jelly shoes. They are they're like plastic,
They're like gummy plastic
sandals. They're usually clear or like pink,
Yeah,
purple.
my sister had like purple ones.
They're usually like little girls wear jelly shoes.
Right. It was very
So the
strange.
fact that this grown man was wearing them really threw me off.
I
He
Did
is a
not
man
notice
child,
those.
though.
Why-
If he
why-
had any hot points, he would have lost all of them for the jelly.
Why weren't you looking at his feet, man? What's wrong with
I'm
you?
not Tarantino.
I like Jeff Bridges.
He's good.
And I was looking him up
I
on
said it.
IMDb, and I remembered / was reminded that he's the villain in Iron Man.
Yeah. And he's in Tron.
And I forgot about that. And he's the villain in Tron.
Isn't he also in Giver?
I don't
Yes.
know.
Yes.
I don't
That's a
know.
good movie.
True Grit.
I
True
liked the-
Grit
I
is
liked the
Coen
book.
Brothers, right? You like a Coen
I think
Brothers
so.
movie. You like
I
True
didn't
Grit?
say I liked True Grit.
I think that
Uh-oh.
we have evidence of you saying that you liked True Grit in a
I
previous
I
episode.
remember thinking it was like fine. I don't remember being like, oh yeah, I love this, but I don't think I hated it.
It's like revered as one of the very few good remakes that's as good as the original.
I don't remember. It's been so long since I've seen it. I
think
don't
the
remember.
Original True
But I would have
Grit-
remembered if I hated it.
Right. I think the original True Grit is like an older John Wayne movie. Like as in John Wayne is old, not as in it's early John Wayne. I think he's old in it. I think it's a later John Wayne movie. We'll see. I want to watch True Grit, but I want to watch the original first. Bless you, dog.
Yes.
Who sneezed? There's a 6-foot wide mosquito somewhere in here, and it just flew to your left.
No.
Yeah, it's huge.
Good luck.
It's gross. I've been
No.
trying to kill it all day. It's driving me nuts. It probably has about 17 ounces of my blood in its butt right now.
Oh, no.
One of my
Or Phoebe's blood. Poor Phoebe.
my first two notes were Steve Buscemi looks like Pennywise, and
That's just rude.
the dude feels like Orange Cassidy.
No.
What?
Orange Cassidy.
No.
He's just super chill, can't be bothered,
Except for there's a couple
Has, like,
crucial differences.
no inflection
For
in
one,
his voice.
the dude gets upset. Orange Cassidy never
That's
gets
true.
upset. And for two, the dude actually talks, something that Orange Cassidy has done like once. And it was
That
great.
was the beginning of the movie, though.
Orange Cassidy is
That I
a
wrote that.
wrestler, by the way.
Carl
who
kind
I
of looks
think,
like Orange Cassidy.
I think Orange Cassidy resembles the
I don't know who
dude
this
in-
is.
No ways.
Personality, it's there. I wrote that at the beginning too, though.
Speaking
so
of
I
no
hadn't
resemblance,
the dude isn't cool though.
seen no resemblance. No,
The dude
I'm
is
just kidding.
Like,
Did
Orange
this remind
Cassidy's
you,
cool.
Danielle,
The dude
of
is
the dude's cool.
what is it?
He's a
The Nice
loser.
Guys.
No, the dude is cool.
Hey, let's
The
pay
dude's
attention.
cool.
Let's pay attention to what
The
Carl's
Nice
saying.
Guys-
And also, the dude is cool. Go
Did
ahead.
it not remind you of The Nice Guys? This is like kind of a precursor almost. It's
Now
got they're
that
kind
you-
of offbeat characters. There's a plot going on. There's some subversion.
She now likes
There's
the movie.
twists.
No. I didn't think that watching it,
Mm-hmm.
but now that you say that, I can see it. But I feel like The Nice Guys is more. The plot makes more sense.
The plot is a little bit more forward in that one
Yeah.
for sure.
It's not as chaotic. Plus, Ryan Gosling's in it, and he's Ryan Gosling.
That's true. Yeah.
It's the worst, Ryan.
I kept comparing this movie to other movies. I was like, oh, it's Inside Llewyn Davis meets like with a splash
It
of
is
Roadhouse, and then
nice-guysy.
the format of Pulp Fiction. I was just trying to like wrap it up, but I was like, felt like I was grasping
It's
at
an
straws at some
insane
point.
movie. It kept me paying attention the whole time. I'll say that.
Why? I have questions that I wrote down.
That's probably good.
Un-
I'm sure Carl can answer all of them. I didn't understand. what
I'll look
was
at Carl.
happening.
So
Unanswered
what was
questions.
like the deciding factor why you didn't like it after Nick's questions? Sorry.
Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead. We'll talk about ratings in a minute.
The only thing that bothered me about this movie is just how everything was left unanswered. Like when they ended the movie, I was like, "Oh my god, they're not going to talk about anything."
Because
Like-
it was all wrapped up.
What about the dude that was tailing?
That was wrapped
Are
up in
you-
the
are you
conversation with the dude that was tailing when the dude walked up to his.
What about
Beetle.
the kid that stole the car?
That kid was a non-starter. He
Did
just stole
Maud
the
ever get
car.
pregnant?
Yes, that was
did.
explicitly stated at the end of the film.
Yeah.
In the Sam
No.
Elliott. Yeah, in the Sam Elliott.
He's like, I have.
Oh
to
yeah,
know
that's
there's a
right.
little
I
dude
happen
on
to
the
know
way.
he has a little. Okay.
don't know how he
And
knows
I
all
want to
this
know how the
stuff.
bowling tournament went. We
Okay.
never.
I
Yeah.
can tell you, it probably didn't go good because Donnie was their best player and he's gone.
Oh god,
Sure.
you're right.
Also, if you
Donnie-
want more of the bowling, there's a spiritual successor / remake of a different film starring the Jesus dude. It came
Oh,
out in
yeah.
2019. I don't remember what it's called, and it is panned by critics for being terrible.
Yeah.
I have a bowling story.
Wow, tell us more.
No, when I
have a bowling story.
listen. It's
I've
about-
been bowling.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. So when I was a child, I watched Hannah Montana, right?
Of course.
And so there's a episode of Hannah Montana where one of the characters goes, "I bowled a 280," and then they're like, "But the bumpers were up, me, mommy, mommy." And so I repeated that one time, not knowing that a 280 is
It's
like a perfect score.
Well, 300 is
It's
perfect.
like, yeah, 20 from a perfect score. And then everybody was like, what? And then I had to lie to be like,
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
really
you
good.
got a bowling. The bumpers were up. I was granny smithing. Yeah, that's how I did that. And so
Granny
with the bumpers up. Granny
Is
Smithing.
Granny Smithing?
Granny Smith
Is that
is
the
an
phrase?
apple.
Yeah.
like the granny roll. That's what you call it.
Well, it's granny. Like in a basketball, it's a
like
granny shot.
Granny Smithing.
Granny
makes it
Smithing though
personal.
is pretty cool.
Yeah, I like Granny Smithing.
I tend to honey crisp when I bowl.
Ooh.
It's just all apples.
I'm a
If
pink
you're
I'm a red
Asian,
delicious.
you could
Yeah.
Fuji.
That bowl was pretty gala.
Oh,
Fuji's that water brand. Moving on.
Fuji's an apple.
I know. Just kidding.
It's
Fuji's
delicious,
the water brand.
delicious apples.
This sucks.
This is good. I switched to
That
Ardbeg.
sucks too. I put the bottle of Ardbeg out so that Nick would drink it because I hate it.
It
Now I gotta
worked.
smell it the whole time. I'm too congested to smell it. Thank God. How
Did
are we going to
anybody
talk about this movie
see
for 30
What
Steve
else
minutes?
did you
Buscemi's
talk-
arm
Oh.
things, the hint at his heart attack.
Yeah,
No.
'Cause
That
No.
was crazy.
because he misses the
only-
strike.
Yeah. The only time he doesn't get a strike, he like kind of is like, what? And then he starts to like kind of do his arm, and then they go outside, and then he has the heart attack. They like clue it all
Oh.
in. That's why I think this movie's so good. They like, there's no wasted scenes. Everything's like so interwoven and just.
You're only catching that if you watch it 5 times a day, though.
And
Which
I had
is
to
what
watch
Carl
like
did.
30 things you didn't know because I was like in this one. I was like, what else about this? What else? There's so much like great stuff.
I
Like, you
almost
can-
went to do that, and I went, you know what? It's better if I just let Carl, because I'm sure he will.
One thing
Well, yeah, go to, yeah, you go.
I was just gonna say one
You
thing
go.
I meant to say. I feel like we watched the same thing, and we're when you were talking about when they're spreading the ashes and they come back on him
God, it's so funny.
at the
It's
end.
the best.
The dude is like, "What was that?" Right? And there's a line that they left out where the dude, because he gives that big Vietnam speech.
Yep.
And the dude in the cut scene goes, "You weren't even in Vietnam."
Really?
And I wish
Oh.
that stayed in because that makes his storyline and his character so much funnier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That he wasn't even in Vietnam.
I
even
do
in
like
Vietnam.
when he's going to roll out of the car at 15 miles an hour and just eats shit. The Uzi just
The Uzi
fires
just
by
starts
itself.
firing.
Super good.
He just limps away. Well, let's go bowling.
Let's go
For all
bowling.
his flaws, he was right about a lot of stuff, though.
He was.
It wasn't her toe.
That's
It
true.
wasn't. He was having a heart attack. Get a medic, which is also a military.
I really
term. Every
liked-
character's so.
I really liked
well-written.
his
Like,
character, although I was as frustrated as the dude was with him for much of the movie.
I was like, why does he keep
Yeah.
taking him along?
And then
He's a
it's-
problem.
Well,
like,
you've all got everybody's got that friend.
Yeah.
that-
Yeah.
that you just can't shake. You know,
I have.
you can't see.
I can't shake him. No, but everybody's got that friend they just keep around because it's like, well, I'm not gonna not be your friend, but you're an idiot. It's great. I do that with this dog.
I hope I'm not
Oh,
that
poor
friend.
Alfie.
This dog's an idiot.
I have a fun fact about the Big Lebowski character.
Like
Yeah.
the old dude
yes,
with the paralysis.
If we can have Gilmore Girls corner,
Of
he
course.
plays the mayor of Stars Hollow in Gilmore Girls for season 1.
Okay, not the mayor,
Not Taylor.
not Taylor.
No, he predates Taylor.
What did I know that guy from? Did you look him up beyond
Yes.
Gilmore Girls?
No, actually, I just knew. I didn't look him up.
Oh,
I know
just
my
knew.
Gilmore Girls.
I smell that Ardbeg now, and it smells like if you went to
It's
the
in my
beach
heart.
and collected salt water, threw it on a tire, and then lit that tire on fire, and then cooked ham over it. That's what
I can
Ardbeg
smell
smells
it
like.
over here.
I agree, but I love that.
It's like briny. I prefer. I think Lagavulin's much better, but I think all,
I agree. I agree.
I
with
think
that.
all Scotch is terrible rubbish.
Smoky though.
I'm burping. Right, White Russians is terrible, or Caucasians as it's called in the movie a couple times.
I think Caucasian's a way that you can order a White Russian.
Yeah, it's like a variation or something.
Oh,
I
look at
learned
you.
that. I read that. Today.
I read that.
I read that.
I learned that. I read that.
on the internet. I don't know why I said it like that.
So we've been talking for
28 minutes.
30 and a half minutes, according to that. 28 minutes, according to your time. And
I started my
I'm
timer.
out of things to say about this movie.
Should we talk
Carl?
about the plot more?
So, well, I mean, there is something. It's about. I mean, do we want to get deep
No, let's
into
keep
it, or do we
going.
wanna-
Yeah, because
Do
we
it.
have to
So,
fill
okay,
time.
one of the videos I was talking about or watching was talking about how it's like about masculinity and all of the main, like the characters are kind of failed men. And then in the very beginning, you
Yes.
have like his song. It's there's like a Bob Dylan song about like making a man out of you kind of
Yep.
thing is like the background song. Then you have the speech with the Big Lebowski when he's kind of staring at the fire and he's like, "What does it mean to be a man?" And there's kind of like this. There's like that kind of splice all throughout.
Cry too.
And really, the only real men cry too. But yeah, and then when Maud's doing her speech, she's really the only masculine character, like from a traditional sense. She gets stuff done. She's rich. She has influence. She's creative. She's got power. She's able to like do. She's kind of manipulative, but she like is able to get things done. All the other characters are either like feigning masculinity, or you have like the dude who's just lazy and doesn't have any kind of commitment. You have
the tough guys are nihilists,
Walter,
and that's a weakness. For them.
You have the nihilists who also like are kind of phony too, because they like whine and complain. We wanted $1 million, and it's like
Walter's got
like everything's kind of
PTSD and
Walter,
stolen valor.
He's got the aggressive issues, and he's also like a pushover too. He still does stuff for his ex-wife, and they haven't been together in like 5 years. So there's all these kind of he's very right wing. You have the very left wing, the dude, and you have the kind of middle, quiet majority of Donnie. So yeah, there's a lot in there. Like you can just watch it as a surface silly movie, or you can really dive in and look at like, is it a commentary on the Gulf War? Like there's a lot there.
What were you gonna say?
No, I had a question. When you brought up the German characters, if she didn't kidnap herself, she went to go visit friends, and there never was any money. How did they know? Like, how were they involved at all?
I think that the Big Lebowski hired them, right?
Just to make it
that,
look.
Or there's a theory that Maud orchestrated the entire thing.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Because the money,
she said I might have introduced them.
Yeah, and she said 1,000 times. She reiterated that it was the foundation's money and not Big Lebowski's money. So
she's actually like the most important character.
She's the
or
smartest,
like the one that kind of
by
sets it all
miles.
into motion. Yeah.
I mean, the whole doctor thing, getting his fertility checked and all that was big brain.
Yeah.
I want to paint.
She's
like
playing
her.
3D chess.
You want to paint like her, topless, swinging from ropes from the
Heck
ceiling?
yeah!
I mean, I'm in.
Looks so fun. Meow. Like
I'll go find the studs in the ceiling.
her art's probably so good.
You'll hang a piano from the ceiling when I'm done. What a weird
Cameron.
movie. Yeah.
I know
is a weird movie.
why you know the Big Lebowski.
Okay.
Why?
He was in both Smokey and the Bandit and Smokey and the Bandit 2.
Oh
As which character?
I didn't look that far.
no!
Jesus Christ.
Scrolling.
Tune in next time.
Is he big? Is he big, Enos?
David. Oh no, that's his real name. He doesn't have a credit.
He's just there.
Oh.
I think he's Big Enos.
Big.
That name is really close to
Did he have like
everything.
face stuff on, or was that him in the movie? He had like makeup, right?
Big Enos Burdett.
His character?
in
Big-
this movie?
Pat McCormick.
Yeah. He doesn't look like that in Gilmore Girls, right?
No, he does.
He's
That was all
Big
like-
Enos.
Oh, he does? Oh, that's it.
I don't know what that means, but now I'm excited to watch
Look,
the
it's
movie.
Big and Little Enos.
It's Big Enos.
Yeah, he's Big Enos Burdett.
Okay.
The dude that kicks off the whole movie.
I don't know.
I am so excited to watch Smokey and the Bandit, a movie I've seen probably 50 times, and I would watch
Not
it.
enough to recognize that guy though.
Well, so, I mean, in my
Oh.
defense, he's wearing a cowboy hat, has a big-ass mustache, and is about 20 years younger in Smokey and the
fair.
Bandit.
No big deal.
God, when did that movie come out?
1970, same year as Star Wars 5.
I
Six.
thought it was like
Six?
90s.
I don't know.
It came out the same summer
feels
that
right.
the original Star Wars movie came out. I think you're right. I think it was 76, 78, and 80. Or
Dang.
81. Something like that. Who cares? That's not important.
It's very important.
Hey, listen, I've already proven that at least in Ocala, I know the most about Star Wars.
That's just your opinion, man.
I won a trivia.
We were both
you
wrong.
did win a trivia.
Well, what year is it?
77.
77. Shit. That's when Smokey and the Bandit came out. Summer of 77.
Eastbound and down.
God, it's the best movie. It's
No,
better
no,
than
no, I'm
it's
trucking.
better than 100% of movies we watched this year.
No.
Whoa.
No, 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 no.
I love it more.
No.
I love it more than 100% of movies we
Okay,
watch.
that can be true.
It's got Burt Reynolds in it.
Burt Reynolds.
Have we seen any
pretty
Burt
cute.
movies?
He's 10 out of 10.
No, he's
This
not.
is the new
He's
Burt.
not a 10 out of 10 for me.
Oh, he's a 10 out of 10 for me. Burt Reynolds could scoop me up any day.
Speaking of your 10 out of 10s, do you have any hot points?
I do.
yeah.
Oh,
Well,
that's-
so
that's
here's
good.
what we
It's
did.
Jeff Bridges at a 0.
Well, yeah, he gets 0 hot points. Not hot. No one in this movie is hot. Nobody. Not hot.
No one?
But then
What about Mod?
No.
no.
little bit.
There was a few things.
I'm with you, Nick.
A little bit.
Nick just
Little
like
bit.
saw her nipple and was like, yeah.
You just got to see her butt. Her butt looked very nice. It was very smooth.
It's a good butt.
It was a good butt.
Eh.
But no, there were a few things that made me even go like, just. I already established she wasn't hot, but it just was too much, so I had to write them down. The mandals in the very beginning.
I'm
Just-
so mad I missed this.
Oh my god, just terrible.
Are these
And
the gummy
then-
shoes? Or no,
No,
first?
these were different than the jelly shoes.
Okay. Jelly shoes, sorry.
But then I wrote down jelly shoes, and then I wrote them down again because he kept wearing them.
He wears them for the rest of the film.
Bothered by the jelly shoes.
What about the cardigan? It's a good card. It's like
He doesn't get it. He's too
but
negative.
it's the most recognizable cardigan in the history of cardigans.
Taylor Swift's cardigan.
That's not true.
Thank you.
Think of what the dude's has
No, Taylor Swift's
30
cardigan's-
years on Taylor Swift's cardigan.
Hers is better.
Her song is good. Her
She was
song
inspired
called
by the
Cardigan
dude.
was
Don't
good.
even. Say
It's like a Blondie's outfit at the very end. He doesn't get it to the end, but it's the one you remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember the outfit at the end.
The poncho looking thing.
Yeah. But you didn't see that movie though, so
Yeah, you did
Oh,
not
that's
see that
true.
movie.
Oh wait, I thought you were talking about.
No,
this
you
movie.
totally
The
saw
Good,
it.
the Bad,
You're
the
just
Ugly.
Yeah, I saw it.
completely not remembering.
The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. Is that the only movie you've missed? I think so.
Yes.
Huh.
I've missed 2 episodes, but still watch the movies because
Nice.
Yeah, you were sick and then gone, right? Or
Yeah.
something like that.
I had to go to Disneyland.
Disneyland.
It was great. Shout out to
Um,
Maggie. Yeah, that's hot,
hot
points.
hot points.
Oh.
That's hot point. He gets zero.
Zero. He
Yeah,
said
zero.
Zero
Oh.
hot point. Not hot.
none for Donnie.
I do,
No.
you do gotta
No
respect.
hot people
You
in this
gotta
movie.
respect
No
the
hot
dude
people.
like smoking roaches with tweezers or whatever.
Dropping it on his crotch and wrecking his
Yeah.
car.
Pretty good.
You gotta
Yeah.
wreck your car in the name of your.
Apparently, he
You gotta respect a
Joint?
man who's willing to go that far down on a joint. It's hardcore.
Apparently,
That
he
far
asked the
down.
director every time he got into a car. He was like, "Did the dude just smoke a joint before he drove?" And if the director said yes, he would like rub his eyes at the end.
Oh, nice.
I
Really
feel like that's
committed.
code for would smoke a joint.
Yeah.
That's just the TV interview answer.
Right. I totally just rub my eyes to make them red.
And I would just act a little, well, ooh, yeah.
Now it's just
Sure.
now it's just watery.
It's probably better
Give it a stir.
Yeah,
with your finger, like the dude.
that's what the dude would.
I don't
do.
know how the dude drinks these so much.
All the time. There's so many better
I mean, it's
drinks.
fine.
I have
To
an
be
idea.
fair, if it's your favorite drink, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you were like, would you like 6 gin and tonics tomorrow? I'd be like, yes.
It's fair.
I would drink
But
6 gin
that's-
and tonics. I'll drink 6 gin and tonics tonight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have one in a minute.
Carl,
As soon
what's
as we
your
wrap up.
idea?
No, he had 5 of them
No,
today. is his
I have an idea
Oh.
of how you could drink a lot of them. Yeah.
Because
Yeah. I think it's,
I thought
he
you
did. He
had
started
an
at
idea.
7
I've got
a.m.
it figured out. Not at 7 a.m. Good
Carl
Lord.
in our
It was
group
8
chat
a.m.
this
Maybe
morning.
in some time zone.
Carl in our group chat at 7 a.m. his time was like, "All right, I'm going to the liquor store."
Hey, I went.
I
She
knew
said-
if I didn't go in the morning, I wouldn't go. And I was already out getting groceries, so
You
Hey.
get groceries
Yeah.
at 7 a.m.
it was 8 a.m. and the liquor store opened at 9. So I just
Yeah,
kind
but
of
you were
dilly
texting
dallied.
us at like 7:30.
Yeah, but
That's
that's our
y'all's
time.
time.
No.
No, it was
8:30
8:30 our time because I had just gone to
Oh,
work.
snap. Yeah,
I had
Carl.
just woken
I
up.
admire
Wait.
you. I wish I could be a morning person. I'm not. At
Oh,
all.
I'm not, but I had to
Prove
for
it.
the situation.
Because the time change makes it easy.
Yeah.
It felt like
You
8:30.
say that. I've still been late every day. Oops.
Whoops.
Don't fire me. Please don't fire me.
Yeah, you make all the money.
Make the same amount of
I
money.
just have a
Equality,
stupid
baby.
podcast.
Equality.
How many?
What
We've been going for
else?
40. Should we
Let's see.
do
30
hit, mid, or
minutes.
miss, and then just F around? Because I don't have anything more to say
Yeah.
about
Do
this
you have
stupid
anything
movie.
to talk about?
Let's do hit, mid,
The
or
only
miss.
other parallel was that it
Oh,
was like
go ahead.
Alice in Wonderland, but that's it.
What?
Well, because you have a guy kind of going down this story, down the rabbit hole, and at the end he's kind of spit back out into his normal life. Maud is the queen off with their heads, but as their Johnsons this time because she's the one telling the guys to do it. There's like a little red scissors poster in front of her when she's talking to the dude. I think there's a couple other.
Dude,
There's like a big key, which is
Directors
like another
gotta
motif.
calm down with this stuff.
It's wild how much stuff they.
I do appreciate
spliced into this.
that it was under 2 hours, which is the
Amen.
length movies should be. If
Yes.
dude, movies over. That's the one. My biggest takeaway from this year, 41 episodes in and 43 movies in. I think we've recorded 2
Something like
full
that.
movie episodes and not released them. We're actually technically 40. This will be 42 because of episode 0. Movies should be under 2 hours, and if your movie's over 2 hours, I hate you. Very few exceptions. The only exceptions are
Godfather?
the Lord of the Rings trilogy and The Godfather, which deserve to be that long because they need to be that
So
long.
good.
No movie needs to, but also have a briefer movie. Shut up.
Editing is
Transformers doesn't
powerful.
need to be 2.5
No.
hours, dude.
Yeah.
No.
Doesn't.
I was really upset by the bathtub scene because a pet peeve of mine is people who post pictures of themselves in the bathtub. Nobody wants to see that.
With the ferret?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just him in the bathtub.
Nice
They
mark.
No
had his
one-
feet.
Wants to see it.
Like people who post pictures of their feet in a pedicure
And
tub
with a wine glass and
with
a
a
bag
wine
of
glass.
chips.
People who are like, I'm in the tub, here's my legs. Stop it. If you're one of these
They don't
people,
listen to this.
stop
Swipe
posting
out for my
that.
OnlyFans. Yeah.
Like nobody wants to see
know
your
what
wrinkly
sucks about-
toes in the tub.
Plus, then your dick's just kind of floating around. Stupid.
You're talking about how you always don't like baths. Over
Yeah.
here?
Because I don't like sitting in dude soup, for one. For two, our water heater refuses to be hot enough to fill our whole tub. And we have a good sized water heater.
Yeah, we
and,
do.
and you got to put
baby.
bunch of bubbles in because then you're just staring at your Johnson in the tub. And it's like this big. It's the
Johnson.
worst.
Johnson.
Little acorn.
Yeah. I don't want to look at my tiny dick in the tub. Sucks. Baths are stupid.
Baths
the
are
vault
fine.
Past
But
baths.
sometimes, you know what? When my back
Sometimes they're fine.
when my back is really hurt, I want a bath really
You
bad.
know what's great? I can't believe we're talking about this.
Let's talk about it.
I went to LA once. Carl was there.
I've heard this story.
We had a different hotel room, but the same layout. And there was just a bathtub in the room. Like there was the bed and then a bathtub.
I had like carpet up to it.
And then you could just see out over Los Angeles. That was the last time
Just
I took
looking
a bath.
over like homeless people.
Yeah, I was like, I hope no one can see in this window
Max,
right
you're
now.
having nice.
Breathing the same air as Dan Harmon right now.
That's right.
He's probably in his bathtub because he doesn't like showers because the water stings him.
Oh,
Water
sad.
Water
That's-
stings him?
Yeah,
Precious.
he says the water hurts.
Oh,
It's a
That's
podcast
not
about a
good.
podcast.
Sounds
Let's do
like-
hot points really
sounds
quick,
like
and then we'll
trauma.
Well,
transition to
we
something
did those.
hit, or miss.
else. Sorry, hit, or miss, and then we'll talk about something I want to talk about.
Ooh.
Oh, baby.
Hit, or miss. I'll go. This movie's mid. Next.
Hit.
Ooh,
Okay. Carl,
I'd give it a double hit if I could.
double hit if you
Yeah.
A miss.
Yeah, you're gonna say miss.
Miss. Miss.
Miss.
I haven't had a
I
miss
am-
in a long
could.
time.
I'm this close to a miss myself. If I had not laughed
It's
those 3 times,
Mid at worst.
if I had
No.
Break
not
down why though, like because
Okay.
it seems like it's doing so much good stuff. Like it made you laugh.
Here's
the
why.
story's
I
fun,
kind of
like-
explained a little bit earlier in that I don't like having a mystery movie that isn't a mystery movie. It's stupid. I felt like just they confused me because their writing was just weird, and it was a style it didn't come off as this is poor writing. I'll say it came off of I just don't like this stylistic choice for a narrative.
Gotcha.
I feel like if you're gonna make me when I am in a mystery movie, I want to be guessing like who done it or what's actually going on. And this movie gave you none of the
can't do that.
pieces because I mean we're just following along with the dude who's just as confused as we are, which I understand, but I want to be trying to work it out. So I didn't even really comprehend that we're doing a mystery movie until we got to the third dude who's involved in this, and then we're like, all right, now we're in a Pepe Sylvia, like we've got string all over the wall and we're trying to figure it out. But I just didn't I don't know. It didn't scan for me. I liked the dialogue, but I didn't like any of the characters really. I mean, I liked the dude, of course. You're
really?
supposed to
Okay.
like the dude.
Yeah.
I wanted to like John Goodman, but found that I couldn't. Donnie was just there, which is his point. I love Sam Elliott, so whenever Sam Elliott's on the screen, I'm stoked about it because I like hearing him
Did you
talk
realize-
about Wrangler jeans.
Did you realize he was the narrator at first?
Yes, of course I did.
It
because
took me
sounds like
probably
Sam Elliott.
halfway through it to go, who is this?
Oh my god! I
I
mean, I did,
recognized the voice.
I
it just
did
didn't
have the
click.
initial thought of is this Jeff Bridges or Sam Elliott?
Same.
And then
I
he
thought it was
said-
him.
Then he said about 5 more words, and I said that's Sam Elliott because I love Sam Elliott. So I don't know. And the ending I liked. Those 3 parts that I said were funny were great. They were hilarious. But I don't know. There wasn't enough there. It felt like a movie that lacked substance.
Huh.
Like this is a style movie. Like this is a movie you watch because at least for me, this is a movie you watch because you like the style of how things are being done, not because the
Yes.
plot is substantial in any way. And for me, I don't think I gel with the Coen brothers. And I think that's what it boils down to. We've watched Tarantino. We've watched 3 Tarantino movies. I'm down with Tarantino, but the Coen Brothers for me, they don't hit my nail on the head. I get it, but I don't like it.
I don't.
I can't articulate. It's almost like this effortless kind of thing where it's like it happens so cleanly that you're like, oh, I guess it did happen. But yeah, it's so smooth. I don't know. I don't have.
That's why I like it,
articulate
though.
But
Like,
it's really good.
This isn't a steak movie. Like I don't
That's
feel like
why
I
I
can
like it.
bite the take a bite and chew it over and stuff. Like, but
But at
I
the
don't
same
think
time-
that old James Bond movies are steak movies either. But I really enjoy them.
Like it's not a steak movie, but I also didn't find it like it wasn't fun enough
it's a Marmite movie.
or funny enough. Like it wasn't enough of anything else to really
Right.
grab me.
Mhm.
You know,
I feel like if you like the
Yeah.
Coen
was
Brothers
kinda like-
style, you're gonna like this movie. But
Maybe
if you
I do.
don't,
Yeah.
you're gonna go what?
Because I've only
Yeah,
other
I was
the
just
only
kinda
other
like,
movie
eh.
I've seen from them is Llewyn Davis.
Yeah.
I don't know. I liked. You get dropped into this story. Some things happen. It's fun to watch, and then things stop happening.
I kind of just
that's
bounced from
most
That was
character
good.
to character.
When I
Yeah, but it stayed.
That's like
that
when I
surface
that's like when I
level.
drive my car. I get into it, I start driving,
And then you
I'm
stop.
driving, and then I stop driving. That's
My point is.
Yeah.
My
my point is
you're
we
just-
watched a movie yesterday.
You're just along for the ride, and I didn't care what happened. I didn't.
Okay, I can see that, but as far as rides that the Coen Brothers have taken me on, I want to be along on the Llewyn Davis ride because at least that movie was
You're a sad
consistent
boy.
about being a bummer. I'm not a sad boy though.
Yeah.
You know, what do I have to complain about in
did
life?
you like Llewyn Davis?
I haven't
You
bought my
didn't.
third
It
car
was
yet.
fine. I
don't think we.
didn't understand it.
Nick was like, "What?"
I
cat?"
missed a lot in that movie.
Yeah, Nick watched that movie with his
They were
eyes
singing
closed.
in there.
Yeah.
They were singing.
Outer.
Mr. Kennedy.
Outer space. Please,
Adam
Mr.
Driver can get in a
Kennedy.
boat and drown. I
Oh.
don't like that guy at
Oh.
all. I don't
I
like
like
Adam
Adam
Driver at all. If you think Adam Driver is attractive, what the hell is wrong with you? That dude looks like, I don't know, dude. It looks like he shut his face in a car door when he was a kid.
He
He's
looks like-
hideous.
Okay. That's what like him and Trevor Lawrence
Oh,
are on the
don't
same-
even.
up.
Don't
They
even.
both have
up.
really long faces and the big
Yeah.
nose.
Yo.
No,
Very,
we're
like,
not
one of
putting
those- one of
Adam
those-
Driver
Hang on.
and Trevor
Yes,
Yes,
Lawrence.
we are.
Island
Yes, we
head.
are. Yes, Carl.
Yeah.
Carl said
Adam
it.
Driver looks like if Dobby the
What'd he
elf was
say?
a
I missed
man.
They look. They
They've
kind
got,
of have
they've got those Easter Island heads where they're just
yeah.
really tall, big noses.
I did
and,
see
like,
a Photoshop
It's
of
a
Trevor
category
Lawrence with
of-
short hair, and it was not good.
No, you saw a Photoshop of Trevor Lawrence with Peyton Manning's forehead up. That's what you saw.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he was on the Manning cast.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. To Carl, did you want us to say anything else about why we didn't like the movie that you liked? Or are you good?
No, I
I'm with
think
Carl.
we're good. Yeah, I loved it.
I figured you would like it. I knew I would have bet my
My
bank
simple
account
brain needs movies
on,
like
on
this.
Carl liking it. I
Yeah.
just don't understand how your simple brain wasn't like short circuiting the whole time. Because like, what the hell was happening for this entire movie until the end? And then
But
it's
then
like,
it
all
didn't
right,
matter that he didn't know what was happening.
that's true.
Yeah.
Because it was just like
'Cause
okay.
nobody knew, and then it didn't matter.
Yeah.
It was a perfect movie.
Some
for-
things happened,
yeah.
and then they stopped.
Nick loved it because he watched Instagram Reels half the time and didn't miss anything.
No.
You know what's good
Oh my
though
God.
is this is good for David relations because David also thinks this movie is mid, and it is now the fourth thing that David and I agree on.
Yeah.
Man.
Is this the first movie David and I have agreed on?
I think probably
Yeah. Look at us, David. Look at us go.
Who would have thought?
this is a mid movie.
Not me.
Not me.
All right. Well, I had
What you
something
want to talk about?
I don't know. I wrote mental exhaustion corner in my phone.
Oh.
I wish I had.
Okay, we're getting deep.
I want to have. No, we're not. We're getting very shallow. I'm just tired. So we went to Vegas last week, Nick and I, with our company for a show, and it was
Long.
dumb.
So long.
It was dumb.
Longest days I've ever experienced.
Vegas is stupid.
Vegas isn't stupid.
No,
I'm
no,
bummed.
Vegas is stupid.
I'm bummed your first Vegas experience was on a work trip
I don't think
where we had to like plan our evenings too around 10 other people.
But the worst part, like the parts I had the least amount of fun doing, other than night one, which was insane,
Night one was fun.
was like going to casinos and shit. I just don't care. I don't like casinos. I don't like crowds and consumerism, and that's Vegas. It's crowds and consumerism.
It's definitely
and paying,
consumerism.
And paying $50 for an Uber in every direction.
Yeah, that sucks.
I paid-
You got to stay on the strip and just chill in the casino in your hotel.
$85 for a taxi one night.
Oh my god.
85.
Yeah, I spent like
and he
$400 in Ubers.
Yeah.
Last week.
It's ridiculous. And it's $11
$400
$400.
Ubers?
Dude, that's 8 Uber trips.
Yeah, I mean, it was like our group.
But still.
It was like 4 or 5 people in a car at once.
So Nick was the only person who could intelligently order an Uber that was the correct size
so
for everybody.
sorry.
I almost murdered. We're not going to list any names.
We had two instances where we had to turn an Uber away because people weren't smart enough to count the people in our
I
group.
only heard about one time. I didn't hear about the second
And guess
time.
who both times said the car was too small? Me. Because the first time someone ordered a
Believe you.
Model Y, which seats 4 people, and we
had
4 people plus
4 people's luggage.
5 bags. We had 5 bags and backpacks. Everybody had a backpack too, so we had a shitload of luggage. And she ordered it. They ordered it, and I'm like, "We're not gonna fit." And she was like, "We'll fit." And I turned to Nick and I go, "We're
not
not
gonna
fit."
fit.
And what did I tell you? What did I tell you? I said, "Put Uber on your phone right now." And he put
And
Uber
then
on
10
his
minutes
phone.
later, I had
we
to
got
use
up to the Uber, and he said, that was what the Uber guy said. Those two walked up, and then he saw Nick and I, and he looked at us and went, And then we went, yep. And I just looked at that person. I went, and then I went back and we ordered another Uber. And then 30 minutes later, we showed up where we needed to
And
be.
then another night, another person ordered a small
They
Uber.
ordered an
and then
Uber.
the second Uber they got was almost too small.
Yeah, that was a Model X.
Cameron was stuck in the
or
back
whatever.
of a
Nope,
Tesla.
I did
Third
not
row.
go in the third row.
Really?
The person that made the mistake and ordered the
Okay.
car went in the third row because I wasn't going to do it.
That sounds fair.
However, the Uber before that, I asked this person what the car was, and the first word out of their mouth was Mitsubishi, and I said, I know a little bit about cars, enough to know that they do not make a single vehicle that has 7 seats, and there are 5 people here. And so I said, and that Uber got there and went, and like was pissed off and sped off, and I was like, yeah, that dude's mad because this guy's an idiot.
We have to talk about who we ran into.
Okay, yes.
Oh,
Let's talk
yeah.
about. I had 3 celebrity sightings.
3?
I had 3 celebrity sightings in Las Vegas. The most
Oh,
important.
I had 3.
The most
I think I
important
did
of
the
which
3.
I will start with first. So, Nick and I are in the West Hall, right, which is where Real Truck was,
Yep.
and we
Not
are
important to the story.
not important to the story at all. It's just so that I can mentally place myself there. And it's all rows of shit like a conference is. You know, you got this booth, and then there's a bunch of booths in a hallway or whatever. We're walking past a booth.
2 rows.
Yeah, where 2
Overlap.
rows intersect at
Yeah.
what some would call a right angle of 90 degrees. And I'm turning left at this, and I've got a bottle of water, and I have social anxiety. So when I turn the corner, I am looking at the floor, as I often do. And as I often do, I'm walking 900 million miles an hour.
Yes.
So I turn this corner, looking at the floor to make sure I don't trip or hit anything, because it's just all trucks with shit hanging off of them that you're going to bang your femur into and stuff. So I'm just like looking at the ground or whatever. And I feel a presence come up to me, and I have to dodge out of, I mean, you and Brian were behind me. I had
Yeah.
to dodge out of the way.
We all
And
had to come to a
As I
stop.
dodge, we all have to come to a stop. I look up, and it's Jason Momoa and an entourage of about 7 people. So I almost got run over by Jason Momoa, who was in a tan tank top and a top hat.
A top hat.
And as he walks
hat.
past, Nick goes, "Was that?" And I go, "Yup." And we just kept going. So he went in the back, like to a special area where I imagine they just like fed him and fanned him with big leaves in
That
the Jason
man
Momoa corner.
is massive.
Yeah, you're 10 feet tall, and he's 15.
He's
feet
probably
tall.
like 6'6", 6'7".
He's enormous,
And he's got a top hat on?
and he had a
And
top
a
hat
top
on,
hat.
and it was
With
definitive.
a tank top,
Yep,
though?
but it's Jason.
Yeah,
Momoa. What are
but
you gonna
look at his
do?
arms.
I don't
Yeah,
care.
what are you gonna do? It was
Fashion.
he was glorious.
Matters.
That was the most important celebrity sighting. The day after that, I saw Q from Pimp My Ride.
Yeah, I didn't
And
see
I went,
him.
"It's Q from Pimp My Ride," the show that
Wow.
ripped off a lot of people. And then we saw T-Pain.
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 T-Pain blew up some cars
Did he?
at SEMA, yep.
No, I didn't see that. I just saw him sign autographs, and I took a picture. I went,
Blew
"That's
them up.
T-Pain." Twitch streamer T-Pain.
Then I had buy you a drink stuck in my head for the rest of the day.
Yeah. Who's your other one? Did you see Q?
It
too,
was
or
it was just knowing Q was there. I didn't
I
see
didn't
him.
know Q from Pimp My Ride. Those are celebrity sightings.
Yeah.
He was blowing up cars, like
Yeah.
literally.
No, he was like, there was like a track where they were doing, I don't know what they were doing. They were doing donuts.
It was like
and
drift
stuff.
shows
Yeah.
and stuff they had outside.
And he
Okay.
did it hard enough to where it caught fire. Is all I know.
He just like
Oh,
burned the
okay.
clutch out or the rubber buildup,
Sure.
lit on fire. Who knows? Anyway, T-Pain's awesome. He just did a music video about Mazda RX-7s, which is pretty cool. I don't remember what it's called. Sorry, T-Pain. But your
Bless
cover
you.
album's
More.
really good.
You should know more about T-Pain. How could you?
I don't know a lot about T-Pain, but I know that T-Pain is very talented, and that if anybody ever talks slander upon T-Pain for using autotune, I will fight them with my hands.
Wow.
Because T-Pain can sing for real, for real.
He can sing.
He's talented. But all that to say,
Vegas was fun.
I hated it. Beer was $11 for Miller Lights.
Dude, everything.
Well, that's why I stuck to Miller Lights, because I noticed you're paying $25 for mixed drinks.
Bro, I had 2 cocktails at a bar and it was $50.
Yeah, it's insane. So I stuck to
Plus tip.
I stuck to beers, and then one night we went downtown on Halloween, and there were 1,700 million people there, and I was bummed out. I had to run. I had to run in with the law.
You were so. I didn't know that.
Yeah, we went.
Was
to
that when I
shitty,
left my wallet at the house?
Yeah,
and I
you
had to
left your
Uber
wallet at
back?
the house. We went to a shitty casino, and it was cold. I had my hood up, and I had forgot that I had my hood up, and then a cop yelled at me for having my hood up in a casino, and I was like, "Fuck
What?
off."
Why?
The cops are dumb. That's why. That is the worst. I guess because they don't want you just being like mystery man. I'm counting cards and blah and stealing people's purses or whatever. I don't know why you would
Blah.
sit in a
In the bar.
casino. Well, and you know what? All I know about casinos is that poker players go there and wear their hoods. Whatever. And that's when we went to a different
Special
casino, and there were just chicks dancing on games tables, and they were bummed out.
They
about
were.
it.
That's sad.
It was sad.
That's
all
really
of them just
sad.
had the emptiest eyes ever. I can't believe this is how I almost pay my rent. And that's the one we went upstairs to the sports book, which is where all I did was hang out in sports books and not gamble on sports. I spent
job.
$26 on beers and Fernet Branca the whole night. It was stupid. It's dumb. I want to drink at home. And I don't want to be in Vegas, and I don't want to fly.
I wish you were with me that last night.
I was sick. I got sick. I had to go. I'm still sick from getting sick.
So I didn't gamble at all the entire week. So the last night I was like, screw it, I want to gamble. I'm going to go out. And I stayed out on the strip till 2 a.m. alone
Oh my gosh.
and won $2,000.
Hey.
Playing roulette.
What a boss.
So
I had a really
that's
good
So
not of
glad-
the week.
I had a
I'm so
really
glad
good
you
steak
won.
that night, and I had a decent glass of
I
wine.
had like a $150 meal. It was great.
And then I went home. I just went home. That's when I took my $85 taxi ride with Carissa back to the house. And just went home. And I slept, and SEMA wasn't fun because I was at the booth all but the first day.
I can't tell you how not into that conference I was.
I bet it was better. Everybody that I talked to was like it was better pre-COVID.
As many things are.
Yeah. So I don't
It's
know.
the world
I
we live in.
didn't like it. And I was really stressed out about the trip because I've done so much crap this year. For someone who likes to do nothing at all times, I did so much travel.
All I'm saying is I think you would have liked it way more if it was just me, you, and
I
Brian.
vehemently disagree because I don't like gambling and I don't like paying a lot of money for things. And I don't
Yeah, but
like
you would have had
traveling.
fun out.
We were out and I didn't have fun.
Yeah,
though.
but with other people.
Yeah, but I don't care though. I don't want to go to
I don't know
Vegas.
why I wanted Cameron to like Vegas so much.
Because you
'Cause
really
I
like
love
it,
it.
and you want people to like it with you.
Yeah.
You want people to
I
like
want you to like
things.
what I like.
I don't like Vegas.
Yeah.
It's dumb. I want to be in the mountains, where it's
I also wanna
quiet,
be there.
and I want to walk around in the woods. That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to dive bar. I want to be. You know where I want to go? Travel to? I want to go to Jack Brown's in Nashville.
Yeah.
That's all I want to do. I don't want to
God.
be anywhere cool.
Sponsor us.
I was stressing
Yeah.
out so much about SEMA that all I've been watching, we listen to all these comedy podcasts. I've stopped. All I've been doing is listening to Harmontown, a show I've listened to all 1,000 hours of 4 times now. I'm on my 4th run through. Jeff Davis, I'm on my 4th run through, and I'm watching Top Gear again, a show I've seen 7 times all the way through. That's where I'm at in my routine of just being trummy and being at home and I'm just arm.
Do you want to pull a
Marm.
movie?
Let's pull a movie and shut up and go home.
We are home.
Who?
I'm not.
You.
Me?
You.
You.
It's my turn.
It's you.
You.
I get to do it. That's cool.
You
All
get
right.
to do it.
There's only 6
Happy
movies
for you.
left.
I know. We're really close to the end of our journey.
Until next year.
Next, we're starting a podcast about plants or something.
I don't know anything about plants.
So much potential then.
Oh no. Why so sad?
Because it's old and long.
What is it?
The African queen.
No, I think it's short.
Was it?
Let's find out.
I think we looked it up and it was short.
All right.
This is your grandma's favorite movie.
This is my late grandma's,
Your late grandma's
my
favorite
mom's,
movie.
my dad's mom's favorite
You
movie.
love old movies.
It's true. Humphrey Bogart and
Katharine Hepburn.
Catherine Hepburn.
I don't think it's long.
I hope not.
This is 105 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Not
All right.
long. Short.
Nice.
In fact,
I'm just tired. I'm tired of watching movies.
1951.
you started a movie podcast.
It's
That's the
100.
thing.
Okay, okay.
100 minutes. So yeah, like an hour and 20 or whatever, or 40. Or who cares? Some time.
Some time will pass. We'll start watching a movie. It'll happen, and then it'll end.
That's right. As Nick said. You're so profound.
Some things happen and then they stop.
Then they
Movies.
stopped happening.
That's like when people on Twitter try to be smart and they just make me want to make out with a shotgun. It's
wow.
the worst. I'm tired.
I can tell.
I'm just exhausted this year. After all this, I still don't like movies.
I'm bummed you didn't like Big Lebowski.
I've watched a movie.
I thought you would really like this.
I've
one.
watched a movie a
Yeah.
week since January.
I've watched more. I counted. This was my 66th.
I mean, I've
film
watched
of
more
the year.
as well. I've watched 3 movies this week. But
Yeah.
like I like watching what I want to watch. And I think I was thinking
I mean, it's your list.
it's
Well,
true.
it's other people's.
This was my list based on pressure from society though.
Yeah.
If I had an actual list right now, it would be the 7 Connery Bond movies and like I don't know. Ford versus Ferrari. Like I don't even know. I don't know.
Good movie.
Star Wars again.
Again.
We'll see. I don't know. We'll have to figure out. Luckily, we've got January, our favorite movies, where I've got to watch freaking Shutter Island. I'm going to rather eat glass than watch a DiCaprio movie.
Oh,
I hate DiCaprio, dude. That dude sucks.
That dude
He
sucks.
sucks. Titanic's probably
One
dumb.
of the greatest
Titanic's
actors.
good.
I bet it's dumb.
It's not dumb.
I bet it's
Sucks.
dumb.
Titanic's a masterpiece.
They both
what
could
are you
have fit.
talking
They both
about?
could have
I've
fit
never
on the
seen
door.
it.
Oh my
I don't know who
God.
dies.
You know what
Please
else
don't
is
spoil
you know what
Titanic
else is
for
a
me.
masterpiece? Gone with the
don't
Wind,
know
and
who
that movie
dies.
is a piece of shit.
Okay,
film.
Titanic way better than Gone with the Wind.
So is Syphilis.
Gone with
Carl, have you
Caitlin
seen
Reed's
Titanic?
favorite movie, Gone with the
I
Wind.
haven't seen Titanic.
Stupid
I'm the only one.
movie.
Oh,
I've never seen Titanic.
At least
no.
we
just
get-
watch the
listen.
first like half and then stop.
Isn't it like insanely long?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a James Cameron movie, and that dude just doesn't know when to stop.
Avatar?
Yeah,
Yeah. he's-
Avatar
that dude's like, I'm gonna
2.
make 19 more Avatar movies. We've got to find him and punch
And
him
he's
in
gonna
the
base
face.
them around the elements, which we've already done better in something else called Avatar. So just leave it alone, James.
This is not an original idea.
James.
Or name.
No, boring people are named James.
We also have Die Hard. to
Sorry,
watch.
Dad.
Is your dad
Yeah.
exciting?
No.
No. He builds railroads.
Some people are boring.
I mean,
what can I say?
Railroads have to get built,
It's true.
but you know,
By boring people.
yeah, we're not putting those people on the Walk of Fame. That's for damn sure.
Nope.
All right, let's
Yeah, if
shut
an
up.
exciting
and
person laid the track, it'd be like, woo.
All tilty and cool.
be Walt
Yeah.
Disney, and he didn't like those people.
Ah!
He didn't. He was an anti-Semite. Dude sucks.
Shh, we just gloss over that. It's
And his,
fine.
you know
It's
what?
fine.
His animation studio hasn't made a good movie in years.
That is also true.
years.
But it's not his
Pixar
fault.
sucks now too.
Oh no.
Star Wars is dumb. Star Wars has been dumb for decades. Everything sucks, and we're all gonna die. And on that note,
The big room abides.
big room
The big
abides,
room
I guess,
abides.
whatever the hell that means. White Russians are stupid. Jeff Bridges is good. Steve Buscemi exists. The Big Lebowski sucks. Movies are still dumb.
No.
Movies are still dumb, and the
That's
only
just
thing
like your opinion, man.
the only thing keeping me going with this podcast is that I get to watch Smokey and the Bandit again at the beginning of January. I might watch it tonight when I go to bed. That's the best movie ever made.
It's
Living
not.
best
on
life.
on that note, I'm gonna go make a real drink that doesn't taste like shit, and we'll catch you in the next one.